Hi there, ho there. Lodi dodi blow blow. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I think the mic was muted. Hopefully I just fixed it and so it's not muted. Hi there, ho there. I take some notes on my iPad because there are some topics that I want to cover. There's kind of a few, so I've got 1, 2, 3. There's like 10, okay, that I want to cover. And guys, it wasn't that long ago. That was like, what, a year and a half ago. We were up here doing these, and you know, some things have changed. I've got a day job out in the real world now, and we're doing this. So the first topic that we're going to cover is really the danger of black males. We've got to talk about it. So some of the content that I get around society, I get it from the Unsafe podcast, and let's see, like woman in Tennessee, okay, yeah, so let's talk about Eliza Fletcher. So Eliza Fletcher, I guess she was like an heiress of something, but she was jogging. So she's a white female, so she was taking these jogs in the morning, and one morning, so a black male jumps out of his car, grabs her, and then I guess, I'm not really sure, it sounds like he stuffed her body in the trunk or something and drove around to a whole bunch of ATMs. I might be conflating stories here because I read the summary from the Unsafe podcast, and then I tried to read. I was skimming over an article today in the office, but I think that we have to talk about the fact that, like, there are some black males in society who are hyper visible, right? So maybe they're like politicians, or they're lawyers, or they're judges, or they're whatever in society, and this is just like a small percentage of this, maybe like 30% or something. But there's so many who are involved in like street culture and like street criminality, and that's a real experience. Like, when people, I mean, really, you could probably just listen to many black women who are on YouTube who are talking about some of the issues that they're having in relationships. Especially, like, I mean, this might be kind of funny, but go to the women who are on the Fresh and Fit podcast, because the women who are actually willing to go on there are the women who are dating and dealing with black men at this point. Now, the Fresh and Fit dudes believe that, like, all the things that they're saying, they're making fun of women. This is like the joke. They're like, the women are so bad. The women did this. The women did that. Ha 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 ha. These women are so trashy. These women are so slutty. These women are so stupid. That's the way that they believe that their imagery is coming off in society. Now, here's the reality. Like, men in society respect and love their wives. It's not about their wives being like the most beautiful, the most rich, the most prestigious, nothing. They just love their wives because, like, that's the woman that they chose, and they trust her. And she decided to birth their children, and they love and respect that. That is not the way that the men from the Fresh and Fit world, and really most black men in general, feel about themselves, their women, or society. And so some black men are wondering why other men don't respect them, and overall are laughing at the black community, and that is why. And it's kind of funny, like, to see people like Kanye West try to redeem himself in a way. It's just sort of like, I mean, if you look at the history of women that he's dated, there's only like a few, like one or two. Like, he was dating some actress a while ago who was like, oh, okay, this seems like a healthy relationship for him to be in. And then he stopped being in that relationship and went on to something else. But I mean, the really thing about the high profile relationships that he was in, Amber Rose, Kim Kardashian, of all the, just think, if you were that rich and that wealthy, that's the woman that you're like, I like her more than everyone else. I don't know. All of us have had, maybe not you, like, specifically, but I gotta say, in a lot of conservative circles, no part of that is respectable. And I've had questions. I don't even roll in conservative circles like that. I'm just saying, growing up with very conservative politics, like, I understand the sentiment, okay? And it just feels like, well, I don't know what he was thinking or why he would think that that was a good idea. But to each his own. Everybody should love who they love, because it's his life, right? It's just also strange, because when those men go on to be fathers, it's like all the shit that they poured out into society, it just comes floating back at their doorstep. So now it's like all the black women vitriol that he's put out into society, and he has these like black children who are now in the world, and like, it doesn't matter what it doesn't, like, money can't buy you respect. And also, when you've created counterculture that is so dehumanizing to really black people in general, I don't think all of Kanye West's art has done that. I don't even think that most of Kanye West's art has done that. But some of it certainly has, and people have to live with the consequences of that, specifically like black males who are looking for like mentorship in men like him, and they haven't found it. So what I'm trying to say is now black males, like adult black males, are trying to figure out how to function, how to move, how to date, how to do all these things, and the role models that they have are like Kanye West, Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, and I would not say that all of those men have been great role models. They haven't, in a lot of ways. And there's like nothing, we don't need to do anything about it, we don't need to change it. I just think we need to be honest about like what's happening in groups, okay? So I feel like when we're talking about black women, at this point we have to be very clear, because I feel like all of them are on YouTube at this point. They're influencers in some way, right? Even if it's just influencing, like, this is how I live my life every day, which is literally what I've been trying to do all this time. Like, you can talk all day about like how problematic my mental health is, and I would definitely say I have a lot of societal struggles. I have so many, but y'all have seen this. We can talk, we have to be specific, because like I'm not out here in every circle of drama, right? Like, my drama doesn't really have much to do with most black men or like a group of black, like, I don't know, I don't have the drama that they're talking about. That's not mine. We got different issues is what I'm saying. Like, I have issues with some of my exes. I have issues with my mother, my brother. Like, I have family issues. I have finance issues. I have anger issues. Those are issues that are on my plate. So I don't need anybody speaking for me or trying to add additional issues. Those issues are large enough, and I have quite a lot of support around those issues. I can't even understand in what world, in what society it's like acceptable. And that's the part that I don't understand. Like, when are black men gonna hold other black men accountable? Like, they're members of your group. Like, why won't one Pookie stand up? Like, and also you can't just be like, well, I'm an individual, I gotta mind my own business. It's like, well, then don't be mad when all the police officers keep shooting you guys down. And I'm not trying to be funny about that, but for real, because like, when you have that's insane. Like, I'm not even a white female, but it's like, I know how dangerous it's been for me to go out. Like, I was trying to blog one day, and this like black crackhead, he just stood right behind me the whole time. He's like in some of the videos, and I like called the police. He just kept standing there. He was standing there. I got on the bus another day, then a guy started throwing shoes at the bus. When I was going to the gym, 3 guys, they showed up in front of the gym, like, because you can kind of see into where I was working out, and they started like literally pushing their physical body onto the wall, like the window of the gym. So like, I'm sitting here, I'm like working out. They literally they started like running into the glass of the window at the gym, and I was just like, I don't even know what's like what. Or when I was in downtown Oakland with my friend, right? We literally, the security guard at the bar that we were at, we weren't even really in there. My friend was trying to help this other girl, but the bouncer, who's a black guy at the bar, called his cousins to literally jump my friend, like beat her up. It's just, it's kind of like there's just so much violence in that community, and it to some extent it makes sense, because like if you don't have any resources, if you don't have any clout, you don't have any profession, you don't have much education, like what else do you have? And now, and it's not even now, because I feel like they haven't had any women for a very long time, but like so many members in that community don't have any women. Like the men who have women at this point are the football players, the basketball players, sports players, rappers, and the very small group of like engineers and doctors and lawyers who are black males. Everybody else is pretty much like extra broke. Extra broke. And no woman wants that. No women at all. So I really don't know. We can all talk about you can't even have conversations about high value man. There aren't any high value men in the black community, so let's stop bullshitting ourselves. If you're making as much money as me, you can shut the fuck up and sit the fuck down, sir, because like, in all honesty, what are you bringing to the table? I think accountability, though, is where, like, women aren't men, and it's not women's responsibility to start to like step their toes into men's issues. For all the black men who are speaking up, like it looks like, you know, Diddy and Jay-Z are speaking up, you know, about respect and about wealth and about power and stuff, and that's good for them, because like they're billionaires and they deserve to have ownership and to like have shit and be, you know, in positions of power. But like I do, like the day will come when they will have to realize that they are also leaders in this society, and they are kind of like responsible, really responsible for the well-being of the race. That's, you know, and it's not doing well. So yeah, I don't know. That was just such a violent incident. I felt like it was like necessary to talk about it, because I'm just saying, like, it's very unsafe out here. You could be a woman trying to take runs in the morning, and some man will just snatch you up and put you in the trunk of his car. There's also, I think I told you guys about this incident, but I was literally at the bus stop downtown one day. This is like a couple of months ago. And then this black woman, she like runs up to me and she's like, help me. And I was like, what the hell? What's going on? She was like literally in the middle of running away from her boyfriend, her black male boyfriend, who was like actively trying to kill her. He had already ripped out her weave. He had punched her whole eye out. She had a broken rib and a concussion. Like, because I literally had to go to the police department with her. We had to call the emergency room, wait for an ambulance to pick her up, and go pick up her car, because he had like punched out all the windows to her car. In the relationship with him, she said she would wake up sometimes from the middle of her sleep, because he would start punching her in like while they were sleeping at night. He would just start punching her in the face, and she still stayed with him. And now it had gotten to the point where he was actively trying to kill her, and I basically ended up being the person who saved her fucking life. She was like, this bitch had blood running all down her face. Like her weave was like floating out on the ground, and I was just like, I don't even understand what's happening here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on? Like, it is like so unsafe to be like black and female. And that thing also that's so weird, like, there's a like small population, there's a small percentage of men in society in general who will be gay. So it's not most of them. It's not even like 50 or 75%. It's just like a small percentage of them who will. Everyone else, it's just like natural biology. They're attracted to women. Now, what happens in a group, and we have to talk about this in like the black group, like most of the men don't have any women. Like, everyone can talk about like why it is, and some men keep saying, oh, we don't want women, we don't want the headache, we don't want this, we don't want that. You know, I guess so. Okay, well, I can have this book club, this little blog that we have here. This could go on the rest of my life, and I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I'll have the 10 people who are watching this channel. If we never grow one more subscriber, it'll just be me and you, bitch. Like, we can do this all night. All night. I will keep you guys updated on the current events happening here. You can watch, you can subscribe or unsubscribe, whatever you feel that's in your heart. we're gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I don't think they will, and that's important.